fast, thank you. So my name is Marianne Bellesorte. I am the Senior Director of Policy at Pathways PA. We work with women and families to help them be self-sufficient, and we work with about 6,000 women and families every year. We do most of our work in the greater Philadelphia area with a number of direct services, but we also do policy and advocacy work. And that's why I'm really glad to be able to be part of this event today and to welcome you all here, because this really is an important time for many of us in the policy world and for many of us doing direct services. So some of you might have been here about 6 or 7 months ago. We were in the same building. We were here to talk about the budget. And around that time, there were families who were struggling to put food on the table. Unemployment was a persistent problem. And many organizations were cutting staff because of lost funding at the same time that they were trying to deal with increased demand. If any of this sounds familiar, it's because nothing has changed since that time. And in fact, I think some of us would even say things are getting worse. State budget cuts have caused more local families, more of our neighbors, to have fewer options when they run out of money for food, housing, and health care. We all know these families. We may even live in one of them. We know many of their names, and I can pretty much guarantee you that no one in any of these families is named waste, fraud, or abuse, despite what we might hear. These are real families with real issues, and we want to support them as part of our community. The cuts that we're seeing right now are really selling our families and our children short. We're losing access to education that we as a society need. We're also losing access to the services that help keep our children fed, our family members and friends who are living with disabilities, living independently, and that help keep our seniors healthy. So we're here today to talk about the impact of some of these cuts, and really to share them with you, and also to hear from you your questions, your stories about what's going on in your lives. We are going to be sharing what is said today with our legislators, and we really look forward to having some great things to tell them about. I'd like to introduce our panel right now. Right next to me is Esther Smits. She's a consumer volunteer with the Freedom Valley Disability Center. Then we have Patricia Roberts, who's a participant in the services of the Mental Health Association of Southeastern Pennsylvania. We have Kate Scully, who is with Pathways PA. And we have Jerry Gonzalez with the Child Guidance Resource Center. We're going to ask each of them to speak just for about 2 or 3 minutes about what they're dealing with, and then really open it up to questions from all of you, from reporters in the audience, from anyone who would just like to talk or to share a story. So Esther, if you want to get started.
Okay. I have a couple disabilities. One happens to be hearing, and the other more that comes from problems. I have epilepsy as well. So if I start talking a little funny, they changed my meds in the last week, so things are a little bit off balance. So forgive me if I start being a little odd. It's not you, it's what I deal with every day. We were talking about what it has affected me. Well, they've stopped a lot of the funding for the Epilepsy Foundation, and for my hearing aids, my medical insurance does not pay for them. I have to put money aside, put it in I have to put it someplace, not in a banking account, because if I have over $2,000, they take it, and my hearing aids cost over $2,000. So it makes life difficult for those of us who have to live with multiple disabilities more than other people, because we don't just have to think about the one it's going to affect, what else is going to affect in our lives. For me, it's just that I have so many different things. One, when I have a seizure, it affects the back, which is osteoporosis I live with, and double curvature of the spine. So I have many different things. They don't pay for me going to a chiropractor, which I need after I have a seizure because I put the back out. So these are different things that those of us who have more than one disability have to live with every day, which a lot of you maybe just have one thing that's going wrong, yet they take us all and cut us down into pieces, and they cut out each group, and they say, well, you don't all work together. How can we all work together when they decide taking something out of the Epileptic Foundation group, taking something out of the deaf, and don't you tell anybody that this is happening to you. Excuse me for my cane, but that's the way life is for us who live what I live through every day. So I'm going to be quiet and let somebody else say what they need.